Les Samurai.
I like the way certain directors approach genre and tried to kind of mythologize it and make it their own. And if you went to France and you looked at the gangster films that Jean-Pierre Melville did, which were kind of very similar, even though he was going about it in a French way, it's very similar to what I was trying to do. He had a sense of style for his characters, with their snap brim fedoras and their trench coats and their raincoats. Yeah, Bogart wore that kind of stuff, but man, when you see Alain Delon wear it, wow, okay, it has a specific look, and that became the suit of armor for his characters. It's more like, no, that's just my style. My guys wear black suits, and it's like Melville's trench coats.
There's like an aesthetic working in Melville's work that you get a sense that you don't have to know how to make a movie. If you truly love cinema with all your heart and with enough passion, you can't help but make a good movie.
The original title was A Deux Amis, which is the French for farewell friend is the literal translation. Well, they did Red Sun. They're great together. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, it's strangely enough. Yeah, it's in a hospital, I think. Oh no, it's not in a hospital.
Where is it?
No, it's in an office building. The doctor doing inoculations in the office building. That's how he knows about the set. That's the really, along with the dynamic of the two guys, that's the really neat part about the idea of the heist, is they have the whole weekend to do it. There's like 6 different dials that they have to do. And they figured it out. They know about 3 numbers. Out of about 6 or 7 numbers, they know 3 of them. And so they figure out there's like 3,042 combinations that they can do. But they figure if given the entire weekend, given 3 days straight, they can land on it, which is a really kind of neat idea. Well, this movie is extremely significant in the Bronson's career, in the mythology of his career, because up until this point, this is the movie that started Bronson's superstardom in Europe. It started with A Deux Amis. Bronson had been around for a long time. Everyone knew him, everyone respected him, but he had never broken out of doing the supporting roles. Bronson did great, but he kept getting either the bad guy or or what was considered in the 60s the Charles Bronson role. But Bronson wasn't getting leads in American movies, and he'd get like the important guy in the group, but he would still. He was stuck as a character actor. He was stuck playing supporting roles. And he's positive if he hadn't have gone to Europe that would have been the case. Bronson was sort of stuck. He wanted to be a leading man, but that just was not happening in America. What happened with The Deux Amis was Alain Delon was doing a film, and he had a part for an American tough guy that would be good. Alain Delon had always thought Bronson was terrific. So they thought, let's offer it to Charles Bronson. So they offered to Bronson. Bronson comes down to France, does The Deux Amis. Now, at that time, Alain Delon was the biggest star in France. He could do no wrong. And that went on for a long period of time. So A Deux Amis opens. It becomes the #1 movie in France that year. And Bronson ended up stealing the show. Now, it was Alain Delon that drew them into the theaters, but then the French just loved Bronson in that film. They just thought he was just amazing, and the combination of the tough guyness and I think that Bronson does about like 20 minutes of the movie with his shirt off, all right, when he's in that, where they're like, wow, these are 2 sexy dudes, right? Locked in that room forever.
Yeah.
Just ended up really, it made Bronson the most popular star in France at the end of that year. Well, when you look at it now, it's like, look, that is the movie. Without A Deux Amis, you would not know that the Charles Bronson, it wouldn't have happened for him.